What is up, summoners? I'm Frojo34, and today we are taking a look at Nova. It's been given to me by Kabam from Marvel Contest of Champions to look and to review. What that means is I have been given the character. They're going to be taking the character away after I review the character. And actually, it's probably not going to be on my account much longer, so I need to hurry up and get this recording done so I can show you guys this before he's just poof gone. So his signature ability is good for him. It is unique to him. It works for him. So for him, he needs his signature ability to make his dashing back a little bit more useful for himself. Everything else, he has a lot of passive stuff. He gains power differently than most other champions. So when you're doing your normal attacks, that's how you mainly get power to do special attacks with other characters. Well, with Nova, it's all about dashing back and forth, and the more you do that and managing your Nova charges, you're going to be able to do different effects in the game. As you can see right here, let's right here, Nova Force. So Nova's medium attack deals 30% of damage done as burst of energy damage. So in your combos with a medium, you're going to be doing a little bit more damage, but it's also going to take away from your Nova charges. As you can see in the second ability, over 25 charges. If you do a second medium, so if you do medium, it's going to delete 25 of your Nova charges, and it's going to do that burst damage from above. But it's going to bring your charges down, and what you want to do is you want to keep it above 75 when you want to gain a Fury, and then you want to delete it because you don't want to hit 100, because when you hit 100 it takes them away and it goes on cooldown. So you want to like do this crazy little managing of the Nova charges. So there's a lot of left screen looking, so if you're facing an opponent that has a lot of stuff going on the right and you're needing to watch their buffs, it's gonna get really busy and complicated for that. So as you're gonna see, we're gonna fight Winter Soldier, and then we're gonna fight what Nova is made for, which is fighting characters that do auto block. That is his niche in this game, is to face them and destroy them. He destroys tech champions, period. But he's really good against auto block characters like MODOK, like Medusa, like Iron Man Infinity War, and Darkhawk, and whoever comes after them later on in the game. We're going to take a look at all those up in a little bit, but first up we're going to take a look at Winter Soldier, and we're going to like speed through it. We're not going to show the whole thing. Alright, here we are going against Winter Soldier here, and basically you're seeing his little Nova charge, the little blue icon. Yeah, that's what we have to watch, and it changes colors the more charges you have, like because it has different effects. Once it goes over 75, you get another Fury. Now what happened there was an auto block triggered, and it ate our Furies basically, and it goes on a cooldown for 6 seconds, and we have to wait for it to come back. And then so we got our permanent one. Now what we need to do is build up our Nova charges, the little blue icon, over 75. Once that happens, we will get another Fury, and now if I do a medium attack, it goes below 75, and now we can get a third one, you can get a fourth one, you can get a fifth one. I tried this with the Heimdall synergy to see if I could get 6. It didn't work. It still stopped at 5. Don't know if that's a bug. Also, I was wondering, a bug was if the Furies are supposed to be able to be refreshed, because it says it refreshes up to 4. But it seemed like it wasn't. What happens is once you get 5, it seemed like they just fell off once the timer, because like I would go above 75 and then go below and then above, and it would still, once I got to 5, it seemed like they just all fell off. So your sweet spot may be keeping it at 4 unless the battle is almost over, because you're not always going to be fighting in these long type situations with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of health and fighting with a rank 3 5-star. So as you can see right here, I am at 4 charges, and I think I go to 5 and then we do special 3. I can't remember. I kind of wanted to do it with 100 charges, to see if it made a difference. I think, yeah, I did. Okay. I'm like pushing it like crazy right now and it wouldn't go off. There, it finally did. So we have our full Nova charge, 5 Furies, and it's the special 3 damage is very lackluster. It doesn't do that much. As you can see, it was like right at 10,000, and that was with 5 Furies and 100 Nova charges. And it didn't do anything. Like I thought maybe like if you timed all that right, maybe it would be like some sort of special damage. It didn't happen. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna jump forward in the fight and pick it back up towards the end. Alright, here we go. So picking the fight back up towards the end a little bit. Combo is over 200 here. Didn't lose the combo until I do lose it at the very end. As you can see here, I hit that 100, and what that does, Nova charges, once the thing depletes, it takes all your Nova charges away for 6 seconds, and you gotta wait for it to restart. So managing your Nova charges is very important for Nova, especially in these long fights. I wouldn't recommend Nova for these long fights because his damage for those doesn't seem to be that great. He doesn't have a way to do any high damage. You're going to want to take in someone else for these super long fights, unless you're just challenging yourself and learning a character like we are here. For this situation, this is great to learn a character. Bring him into Rebel Legends, see what he can do, and that's why everybody always goes in and fights Winter Soldier. He's an easy opponent. You can evade his special one fairly easy, and you can see what your character can do. This is pretty much over. I'm gonna lose my combo here in a second. I'll slip up, but as you can see right here, I have the 5 charges, and they're just gonna fall off here. I think I get back above 75 here. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't here, but I know there's a somewhere in here. I might have skipped it when I was speeding up. The 5 charges. I would refresh the 75, and the 5 charges wouldn't refresh, and then I would have to do it over again, which was frustrating because I thought from the way his kit was spelled out that he should be able to. Hi, Future Frojo here. So I was rereading this. When reaching 75 Nova charges, gain a Fury buff, increasing attack rating. Blah 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 for 7 seconds, and refresh. Nova active Fury buffs when below maximum stacks, max 4 stacks. So basically when I was talking about them falling off after 5, that's how it's supposed to work. So if you hear me talking about it later in the video, I just didn't read this part correctly. I've read it right now, and basically once you get to 5 they fall off, but you can refresh the Fury up until you get to 5. So yeah, at that point you have to restart the cycle. So again, if you hear me talking about it later, I've corrected it. It's all in here. Remember this part of the video where I was talking about this. Alright, so that may be something that's bugged temporarily right now, and hopefully it's fixed by the time he comes out in the game. I'm gonna send a message to him and be like, hey, seems like when he has 5 Furies, it's falling off for whatever reason. So yeah, so different amounts of special attacks do deplete different amounts of his Nova Force. I think 2 bars does 50, 1 bar does 25, and 3 bars will deplete all of it, and temporarily. But it also will renew your Fury. So if you're in a situation where you did an auto block and you do a special 3, it'll bring your Fury back immediately. So that is something, like if I had a special 3 right now, I would get my Fury back right now instead of having to wait for it to come back around, because that is something that just happened. I triggered the auto hit. I triggered Nova's auto block there. Alright, so let's go into some fights where I think where Nova is very useful and where he's going to be best used. Alright, so we're jumping in here mid-fight with a Sentinel. Here I take a hit, but it's not going to slow us down any. Basically, he tears through these tech champions because he puts that armor break on them, and he can just tear through them. And they have a regen arc overload too, and he just destroys them. That was a Sentinel. We're gonna jump up into a Vision next. All right, so this is all in uncollected here, and we're fighting this Vision here. He has arc overload as well, and as you're gonna see here, he does very well just fighting these opponents. Trying to get to the special one with 75 charges. I got 2 Furies, busted it out there, put the armor break on him, and now look at that damage now. Bam, he's done. And I only have 2 Furies on. Imagine if I was able to build up to the 4 and the 5. It would be even better. Alright, so this is what I really want to show you. I just want to show you that he's really good against tech champions with those other 2 fights, but now we're fighting a pesky Darkhawk that does auto block, and well, Nova can handle it. He basically, you get up to 75 Nova charges, and while you have a special one, fire it off, and then it puts a true accuracy buff on true strike, and it puts an armor break on him as well, and then he can hit into him, even though he's normally going to auto block you and then hit you in the face, but he doesn't do that with Nova because of the way he's built. As you can see, auto block failed right above my head here, and Nova is just can play normally up against this Darkhawk. I'm just heavy attacking because I was just trying it out. As you can see here, and he's basically done. I'm gonna get another 75 charges here, and then I'm gonna throw special one, I believe. Yep, 75 charges, special one, auto block failed, and down goes Darkhawk. Now let's jump over to a Iron Man Infinity War on another path. Alright, so here we go against Iron Man Infinity War. This is a different path in Uncollected, and you know, you got to get up to your 75 charges, so you're constantly trying to build that up. You're wanting to do medium, light, not medium, light, medium, because if you do medium, light, medium, you're going to eat 25 of your charges, and what you want to do is you want to get your true strike buff on to Nova. That way his, Iron Man Infinity War's auto block will fail. So it's almost fixing to fall off, right? So what I want to do here is I want to get another 75 charges and do another special one so it refreshes. Alright, so got it. And Iron Man Infinity War is almost to where he would normally auto block. And I'm going to get another 75 charges and do another special one. Auto block failed and he dies. Super easy, super simple. I know this one wasn't a lot of health on Iron Man Infinity War, but Nova was great for it. Alright, so now here we are up against a MCOC. As you know, MCOC is one of the most pesky auto block champions to face. A lot of people have trouble with him. It's just like Iron Man Infinity War. At the end of his life, you know, he gets his auto block feature for him, but MCOC has it the entire fight. So you want to get your 75 charges, throw a special one, and then you can fight MCOC regularly as long as you have the true strike on. So basically just keep getting 75 charges, throw a special one to refresh that buff. So basically here, dash back, parry. Another one good way to build charges is to parry, dash back, dash forward, and that helps you build your charges real quick with him. So parry, dash back, dash forward. I got the charges. I'm good now. Now I just need to get the special one. Got it. I have the true strike buff on, and now MCOC is a piece of cake. Auto block failed right up above my head on MCOC's head, and now that it's down, I don't have to worry about him blocking the rest of the special ones thereafter, because they're gonna not auto block, they're gonna take the hit directly. Alright, so let's just talk about this Nova guy. He looks amazing. His specials have great graphics. His damage is decent. Remember, this is a rank 3 5-star. It's not all the way rank 5. As you can see, when we were doing some of this damage and stuff, we were doing 5k mediums with the and this was without suicides on. and I don't recommend suicides because he is not immune, and he needs to use his specials a lot to do it. So he doesn't have a way to regen. So I would not use suicides. But you know, if you really wanted some damage for some reason and wanted Nova, then yeah, I guess. But I highly don't recommend it. Don't use suicides with Nova. Do not use suicides with Nova. Got it? Okay. Alright. So, but I'm not using suicides here. Just another FYI. You're going to want to learn how to use this character with his dashing back and forth and managing his Nova charges and what to do and when to do it and who to do it on. So, knowing how to use your character and knowing the enemy character is very important in Marvel Contest of Champions, and it's getting more and more important with every new character, because all these new characters are not just a character you go in there and fight with. These characters are all pretty like complicated, and they have a lot to do with everything that's going on. There's a lot of left screen watching with Nova, so if you don't like that, this champion may not be for you. If you like to intercept a lot, Nova might be for you, because Nova is highly effective dashing in and out and all that stuff. He's good for that. I think once he's rank 5, you're gonna see a better damage number. I think that the Furies should be able to be refreshed. Something that Kabam, I'm gonna say something to them and see if that's how it's supposed to be or not supposed to be, and everything. But guys, I like Nova. I like Nova. I think he's decent. I think he's just outside the top 5 prestige. So, like, if you're someone like me that doesn't have the highest prestige characters, then yeah, Nova might be on your target list for prestige. But like, for top players, yeah, Nova prestige is not gonna be for you. If you're on Alliance War and you see a lot of auto block champions on your lane, if you see some Iron Man Infinity Wars, if you see some Darkhawks, if you see some Modocs, if you see some Medusas or something, you're gonna want to come in with Nova. Probably, I would definitely do it. This made my life so much easier fighting Darkhawk in Iron Man Infinity War, and not having to bait heavies with characters with Iron Man Infinity War, because that's the only way to do it. It's the only you can do is heavy attacks. Not anymore. No, you got Nova now. You can just special one, and then you have your True Strike, and his auto block can't trigger, and he's dead, and then that's it. So Nova, thank you for entering the game and being an answer to that, because for someone like me, Iron Man Infinity War is pretty hard to fight. Maybe not for you, but for me, yes. Maybe you're like me, and he can be an answer for you in Quest, in Alliance War, in AQ. I don't know. I think Nova is very good. I like him. At first I didn't, when he was bugged a little bit with his charges, and I was like still learning the character. But these characters are like, most of the time I get them and I don't like them right away. But then the more I play them, the more I start to like them once I learn them. And that's how all these are. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and find it helpful looking at Nova. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.